Hello everyone, I am here at Google I.O. at the Shoreline Amphitheatre just next to Google offices. This is day 2 of Google I.O. Yesterday we had the keynote from Sundar, the CEO of Google, and a lot of his team. Some amazing announcements happened there. Honestly, just wow moments after wow moments. Some of the advances that are happening, especially within artificial intelligence, and some of the tools that Google are making. I just want to discuss a few of those that might interest you. I've also today, this is day 2 of the conference, been over to see the education team at the Google offices to have a demo of some of the more education-focused tools, and to speak to some high-ups. I got to speak to the VP for education, and I think I'm going to release that as a completely...
Please join us now on the dialogue stage for an inside look at quantum computing, reading signals from the noise.
Okay, yeah. So I'm not going to be going to that session on quantum computing because I've got a really special interview lined up that I'm heading to in the press tent right now with another higher up at Google. So like I was saying, these interviews I think I will release separately as podcasts because I just recorded the audio, and probably write some articles around some of the insights as well. Some fascinating conversations about how this technology can help educators, can help students, jobs of tomorrow, and the future of education. Amazing day yesterday. I got a real privilege to have a chat with Sundar, the CEO here at Google, about his view for the future of education and the skills of the future, really. I talked to him about how I've got a 4 and 5-year-old and what should I be doing to prepare them for that. It was a great conversation, one that I'm not going to get into the detail, mainly because I can't, because it was off the record, but a lot of the conversation kind of centered around agency, giving students agency like they've never had before, which really excites me. I think a lot of the work I do is looking at future of education. How do we put the power into the students' hands more, into the parents' hands more? So I really like that answer. Let's have a look at what happened yesterday. So I was in the main amphitheatre and some fantastic announcements. The first thing, I think it was the first announcement actually, but it was the first thing that really made me go wow, was the live translation in Google Meet. So we're all used to now, if you use Google Meet, being able to change the language of the subtitles, the live captions. But the feature that they've now rolled out is actually live voice translation. So it's like having a live translator tell you what that person is saying. It can be trained on your voice as well. So
and overlooks the mountains.
That sounds wonderful. Eso suena maravilloso. ¿Es la casa cercana al transporte público o recomiendas alquilar un coche?
Hay un autobús cerca. There's a bus nearby, but I would recommend renting a car so you can...
Another one was the Google Beam, which was... some of you might have seen recently these... you see them at kind of high-tech conferences. These booths where you can almost have like a bit of a video call with someone and it's like they're next to you, makes them 3D. They look like a bit like a white booth. Well, Google have made something called the Google Beam, which is kind of like that, but it's on a screen. So it's a screen with cameras around it, kind of captures you in a 3D way, and then the person who you're meeting with, who is also on one of these devices, one of these Beam screens, will see you in 3D. Looks amazing, especially for those more personalized meetings. Lots of new updates to Gemini and the agent side of Gemini. And sorry, just looking up because there's a massive drone hovering just next to me. But I'll try to ignore that. So the agency side and the deep thinking side, a lot of updates there, which I'm really excited to get my hands on. Gemini in Chrome is going to be interesting. How we look at using our browsers is going to change, especially with AI and Gemini embedded in there. Another big thing that struck me is Google are returning back to their core product. Obviously, Google's core product is search. Been a lot of speculation in the last few years whether they're going to lose that market because of generative AI, and companies like Perplexity and OpenAI created their own search tool. I think this has quelled all those criticisms of Google, I think, because they now kind of pointing all their big guns of AI. So their AI agent, Project Mariner, their video analysis tool, Project Astra, their deep think tool within Gemini, and they're focusing it all back onto search. So you might have seen this already. If you haven't, go to Google Labs to enable it, but you can now add AI mode into your search, which is a fully AI search, not just like the overlays that we saw at the top of the search in Google. This is a fully AI search. It's really good. I was trying it out. It's fantastic. Something else that really excited me yesterday was the new glasses, the new Google glasses. So at the minute, I'm wearing the Meta Ray-Ban glasses. Google are working on their own. I got to try out the prototype, which were phenomenal, to be honest. I think they are, if they don't change it, they will be better than the Meta Ray-Ban, mainly because they're always on. I think with these, you've got to prompt it to take a photograph. You have got to prompt it to speak to it. The Google glasses are always on, and I get that might freak some people out, but the whole idea is that it helps with kind of being able to memorize, being able to remember, that's the word, remember, and things that you might have come across earlier that you don't remember anymore. And so you can ask the glasses, it also links to kind of the Google infrastructure. So when I was trying them out yesterday, I got it to, the usual, I got it to identify what the picture on the wall was. But then I was able to say, right, could you now do a search for where I could buy this? And it used Google Shopping. It came up on the lens. So something that this doesn't do is it has visuals on the lens and was able to show me through Google Shopping where I could buy the picture. Also, it has like map guidance that comes up in the glasses, and I think they're going to be really interesting. I think it's obvious that Google are kind of going all on the wearable glasses, so it'll be exciting to see where they go. They've also partnered with some fashion houses to make the glasses. Not sure when they'll be out, but if they're anything like the prototype, I think they'll be in demand. That's it for now. Had a few more conversations this week at OpenAI. Possibly Anthropic tomorrow, going to be going over to the Brisk offices as well. So if you're teaching to use Brisk, going to be catching up with the CEO and a few other things in store. As I say, this is just kind of the start of a lot of things that have happened this week. I'm going to be putting out some podcasts and some articles on Forbes and in the newsletter as well. But thank you for watching this if you're watching, and I will see you soon.